Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt that twinge in your knee, or that stiff pull in your lower back that makes you pause before taking the first step? Or maybe you've noticed that a simple walk to the mailbox doesn't feel so simple anymore. You're not alone. As we get older, these aches and pains, especially in our feet, knees, hips, and back, can sneak up on us and quietly start to limit what we do, where we go, and how we feel. But what if I told you there's one simple, powerful exercise that could change all of that? I'm not talking about anything extreme. You don't need to lift heavy weights or twist yourself into a pretzel. In fact, you don't even need to leave your home. This one movement has been quietly helping older adults restore their balance, reduce pain, and even gain back confidence in their steps, without medication, surgeries, or fancy equipment. Now, before we jump into it, let's take a moment to really think about what's going on when our feet, knees, hips, or back hurt. These parts of the body are all deeply connected. You see, when your foot isn't supporting you the way it should, your knees start to compensate. That stress moves upward into the hips, and eventually, your back ends up doing more work than it was ever meant to. It's like a domino effect. One joint goes out of alignment, and the rest start tumbling after it. It's no wonder so many folks over 60 say things like, "My body just doesn't move like it used to." But what if that used to could return, even just a little? What if you could improve the way your entire body moves with just a few minutes a day? That's what this video is about. Not a miracle cure, not a gimmick, but a tried and true exercise that targets the very foundation of how you move, your feet. Let's start there. Think about how often you actually feel your feet during the day. Most people don't. We shove them into shoes, we walk across hard floors, we sit for long periods, and before we know it, the muscles in our feet get weak. When the feet lose their strength, everything above them starts to suffer. That's where this incredible exercise comes in. It's called the toe towel curl. Sounds simple, right? It is. But don't let that simplicity fool you. All you need is a towel and a chair. That's it. You place the towel flat on the floor, sit comfortably in a chair with your feet on top of it, and slowly try to grab the towel with your toes, curling and scrunching it toward you. Then, release and repeat. You're using those tiny muscles in your feet that hardly ever get attention, but they're some of the most important ones for balance, stability, and posture. What this does is remarkable. It strengthens the arch of your foot, improves circulation, and even starts to realign how your ankle and knee move with every step. Over time, this reduces strain on your knees, eases tension in your hips, and gives your lower back the support it's been crying out for. It's such a small movement, but it creates a ripple effect. The more you do it, the more stable your steps become. Suddenly, you're not clinging to furniture when you get up. You're not avoiding long walks or skipping activities you used to enjoy. One woman I spoke to told me she hadn't gone on a nature walk in over 5 years. After just 2 weeks of doing this toe towel curl exercise every morning, she was not only walking more, but doing it with a new sense of confidence. She said, "I feel like my feet have come back to life." And that's really what this is about, bringing you back to life. Because pain can steal more than our comfort. It steals our independence, our mobility, our freedom to move and enjoy the world around us. But it doesn't have to. You have more power than you think. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but my pain is in my back, not my feet. How is scrunching a towel going to help with that? And that's a fair question. Here's the thing. Our bodies aren't just a collection of parts. They're a system. When the foundation of that system, the feet, are off balance, the rest of the system has to work overtime to keep up. Your lower back? It's often doing double duty when your feet and knees aren't pulling their weight. Strengthening your feet may not seem like the obvious solution to back pain, but trust me, it's one of the most effective places to begin. And this isn't just about pain relief. This exercise also improves your body's awareness, something called proprioception. That's your internal GPS for balance. As we age, that internal sense can fade a little, but when you activate and challenge those small muscles in the feet, you also wake up your sense of balance. You start to feel more grounded, more secure. The fear of falling, something many people carry silently, begins to fade. It's amazing what 5 minutes a day can do. You don't need to change your entire routine. Just make space for this little moment. Put the towel next to your chair, maybe while you're sipping your morning tea or watching the evening news. Turn it into a habit. Your body will thank you for it. And speaking of habits, this is just the beginning. Strengthening your feet sets the stage. But there's more we can do to support your knees, hips, and spine from the ground up. Because when we take care of our bodies, really take care of them with intention and consistency, they respond, they adapt, they heal. Let's keep going. Now that you've learned how important your feet are and how one small movement can bring relief all the way up your body, let's talk about another powerful movement that supports the knees and hips in ways you might not expect. Now picture this. You're standing in your kitchen, maybe waiting for the kettle to boil or your toast to pop up. That little window of time, just a couple of minutes, could be all you need to do something that could ease stiffness, improve your balance, and protect your joints. It's called the sit-to-stand movement. Again, simple, but don't underestimate its strength. You've likely been doing it your whole life without thinking, getting up from a chair. But when you do it with purpose, with a little control, it becomes one of the best exercises you can do, especially if you're dealing with pain in your knees, hips, or lower back. Here's how you do it. Start by sitting toward the front edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Lean slightly forward, engage your belly muscles just a bit. Don't worry, no need for crunches. And slowly press through your heels to stand all the way up. Then, just as slowly, lower yourself back down, controlled and steady. That's it. Now, you might be thinking, but I already have trouble standing up from a chair. That's the problem. And I hear you. But here's the beauty of this movement. You can adapt it. You can use your hands on your thighs for support at first. You can place a pillow on the chair to reduce the range of motion until you get stronger, and you can take breaks. The goal isn't to exhaust yourself. It's to gently build strength where you need it most. Why is this so effective? Because every time you rise and sit with control, you're training the muscles in your thighs, hips, and core. These are the same muscles that help you climb stairs, get in and out of a car, or walk around the grocery store. They're also the same ones that, when weakened, can throw off your alignment and send pressure straight to your knees or lower back. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s regain the ability to move without pain just by practicing this one exercise daily. They've gone from needing help to get out of chairs to confidently rising on their own again. One gentleman told me he hadn't knelt down in years because of knee pain. After just a few weeks of practicing sit to stand, he was gardening again. He said, "I didn't realize how much I missed being down in the dirt with my flowers until I could do it again." What's really happening here is something deeper than just building muscle. You're reteaching your body how to move with intention. You're strengthening the natural patterns we often lose as we age, patterns that keep our joints aligned and our posture upright. This isn't about fitness in the traditional sense. It's about functionality. It's about giving your body back the ability to do the everyday things that bring you joy. And here's the key to making it work: consistency. It doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to do 20 reps or push through pain. Start with 3 or 5. Do them during a commercial break. Make it part of your routine, like brushing your teeth. Your body responds to regular effort, not big effort. Now, let's tie this back to the first exercise. The toe towel curls. You see how the pieces start to connect? When your feet are stronger and your lower body is more stable from sit to stand practice, you create a solid foundation. That stability takes pressure off your knees and hips. And guess what? That relief works its way all the way up to your back. Because when your legs are doing their job properly, your back doesn't have to compensate. You might be starting to feel a little hopeful now, and you should. These movements may be simple, but they're powerful, and most importantly, they're accessible. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need a willingness to begin and a little bit of time each day. Now, let's talk about another part of the body that often gets forgotten when we think about pain relief, but it plays a big role in how we feel from the waist down. It's something that supports your posture, keeps your spine aligned by nagging, and helps reduce that aching pull you might feel in your back when standing too long. I'm talking about your glutes, those big muscles in your backside. They're more important than most people realize, especially as we age. When they weaken, which happens to just about everyone who sits a lot, the pelvis starts to tilt out of alignment. This can lead to a chain reaction of discomfort in your hips, knees, and even your feet. That's why we need to get them firing again. One of the easiest ways to do that is with the glute squeeze. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. You can do it sitting or lying down. Just gently tighten your buttock muscles, hold for a few seconds, then release. It's subtle, but incredibly effective. And you can do it anytime, watching TV, waiting at a red light, lying in bed. It reactivates those sleepy muscles and helps support the natural curve of your spine. Over time, these squeezes can take pressure off your lower back and even improve your walking stride. You might find yourself standing a little taller, moving with more confidence, and feeling less sore after doing the things you enjoy, whether it's walking around the park or standing at the kitchen counter cooking your favorite meal. We often think we need complicated routines to feel better, but really, it's about small, intentional movements that speak directly to the parts of the body that need the most support. And these 3 exercises, the toe towel curl, the sit to stand, and the glute squeeze, are a powerful trio. Together, they strengthen the foundation of your movement from the ground up. And that foundation? It supports everything: your steps, your posture, your confidence. It all begins there. Let's keep going. There's still one more simple movement that ties it all together. Something gentle but powerful that helps align the spine, release tension in the lower back, and bring a sense of ease to your whole body. It's a movement you can do lying down, right in your bed, which is perfect for those mornings when your body feels stiff, or those evenings when your back just won't settle. It's called the pelvic tilt, and it's one of the most overlooked gems when it comes to back relief. Now, don't let the name throw you off. This is as easy as breathing, literally, because breathing is a big part of it. Here's how it works. Lie down on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Take a slow, deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently flatten your lower back against the bed or floor by tightening your belly muscles slightly. You're not pushing hard. You're just rocking your pelvis so it tucks under a bit, letting your spine press into the surface beneath you. Then, release and return to neutral. That's one tilt. The beauty of this movement is how it wakes up your core without strain. It reminds your spine of its natural position, and when practiced regularly, it can help relieve that nagging ache in your lower back that seems to show up after standing too long, or even just walking around the house. One woman I spoke with in her early 70s told me she started doing pelvic tilts every morning before getting out of bed. She said it was like oiling a creaky hinge. By the time her feet hit the floor, she already felt more open, more stable, more ready for the day. And here's something fascinating. When you combine pelvic tilts with the other movements we've talked about, the towel curl for foot strength, the sit to stand for leg and hip power, and the glute squeeze for posture. You're not just managing pain, you're restoring movement patterns your body was designed to use. You're giving your body the chance to move better with less resistance. You might not realize it, but every one of these exercises works together like gears in a well-oiled machine. Strong feet support steady knees. Strong thighs and glutes take pressure off the hips and lower back. A mobile pelvis helps your spine rest in its natural shape. And when these parts all start to function better, something amazing happens. Your pain decreases, your energy increases, and you regain something many people don't even realize they've lost: confidence in your own body. Now, I want to pause here and say something important. You are not broken. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. These little aches and pains are your body's way of asking for a bit of attention, a little kindness, and some movement to wake things up again. You have the power to respond, not with frustration, but with compassion. That's what these exercises are really about. They're a way of saying, "Hey body, I see you. Let's work together today." And every time you do one of these movements, no matter how small, you're having that conversation. You're not chasing perfection. You're choosing progress. So let's wrap it all together for a moment. Picture a day where you wake up and stretch gently with a few pelvic tilts. You sit on the edge of the bed and do some toe curls while you drink your morning tea. Maybe while waiting for breakfast to cook, you do a few sit-to-stands from the kitchen chair. And later, while watching your favorite show, you sneak in some glute squeezes during the commercials. None of that takes more than a few minutes, yet every single one of those moments adds up. It's movement with meaning, and the best part? You're doing it for you, for your comfort, your independence, your joy. I truly believe that the little things we do each day are what shape the big picture of our health. You don't need to climb mountains or run marathons. You just need to show up for yourself with small, consistent action. That's where the magic happens. And if you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you. Thank you for investing in your body, your well-being, and your future. If any of these exercises spoke to you, or if you try one and feel a difference, even just a small one, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to feel inspired. So don't be shy. Share your experience. Let's support one another. We're all in this together. And if you found this helpful, please take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more simple, powerful ways to keep you feeling strong, steady, and confident in your body, no matter your age. Remember this, your body is still capable of amazing things. Healing is possible, strength is possible, and most importantly, feeling better is possible. One small step, one gentle squeeze, one little movement at a time. Here's to living your best life, from your feet all the way up to your smile.